going on, everybody? It's John. We're back here at Legend Aircraft, Silver Springs, Texas, and I would be outside except for, if you can see by our little things there, the wind is like 30 miles an hour, and I didn't do a video last week because I was in North Carolina doing a flying thing, so sorry about that. I'll give you guys a quick update on what I have going on over here. This is one of my favorite customers, Keith. He's 412 Nomad, just getting this thing dialed in. And we've got a MOAC just finishing up over there. And I had to say that because Keith always is worried about who my favorite customer is. So, Aruga, right? So anyways, guys, in this video, it's not going to be a super long video, but one thing I do have going on here is Tracy. Tracy owns Red One. You've seen Red One if you watched us go to Sun and Fun and stuff, because that was the plane that I flew from here to Louisiana, from Louisiana all the way over to Sun and Fun with Danny, and amazing airplane. He's here. So now that he's got, there's probably 30 or 40 hours on his plane, we're gonna go and ask him what he thinks about owning his Legend, and see if maybe he suggests us. And then I'm going to show you guys a few planes that we have in here. Unfortunately, because it's so windy outside, I'm not going to be doing anything outside. And oddly enough, if you can tell, it's a Friday. So we actually don't work Fridays, but I do because my son, who works here too, is in the paint shop and they needed someone to work Fridays, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm here on Fridays. So let's hop over really quick and check out the Alaska Airmen Association plane, and then we'll work our way that way. And Tracy is over there waiting for us. So here it is. It's the Nomad. This is the Alaskan Airmen Association's 2027 Raffle aircraft. If you watch the videos, you already know this one is going to be at Oshkosh this year, so in like 20 some odd days. And you'll be able, at Oshkosh and online, you'll be able to buy the raffle tickets for this thing. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you win this aircraft, you're the luckiest person in the world. The Nomad, there's only like 8 or 9 of them flying right now. You know, Trent Palmer has one, and we're about to go see Tracy, who has one. But this plane is turning out beautifully, and you could just see they just have such a presence. Big tires, and again, this one's the Raffle airplane, so you could own this one. I know it sounds kind of crazy, and even I'm going to buy some tickets because it only takes one ticket to possibly win it. And you could be the proud owner of this Nomad with a Cato prop, Rotax 916 turbocharged engine, all the power in the world. Whoever wins this is going to be a very lucky person. It's almost ready to fly. You can see it's not going to have a red seat. That is not going to be there. This is just a seat that the mechanics put in so that they can do stuff to it. And obviously you guys are seeing it in raw form. So yeah, it'll be all finished up at Oshkosh. This airplane will be actually at the Rotax booth. So this airplane will be there, and if you want to come see it and buy tickets for it, go ahead and go do that. When you go to the Rotax booth and you're looking at this thing, ask for Priscilla, tell her you watched the videos and you wanted to see the plane. And she had talked about it in the last one, but this is the first giveaway where they're not actually putting a mountain range on it. So I think that's really kind of a unique situation. It's a little dusty, but I absolutely love this. Matter of fact, every time I see these things on these planes, I'm like, man, I want to steal that for my airplane. But pretty awesome stuff. And then we've got this is a 397 MOAC, and its wings are going on it here pretty soon. Beautiful big Lycoming IO 360. Just a great looking aircraft, and unfortunately this one's not going to be a giveaway. This is someone's airplane, so I can't make any promises on that. And coming over here to 411, looks like it's got its heartbeat sitting here, and that'll be installed real soon. This thing is turning out beautifully, and I actually have some prejudice in this because my 18-year-old son is the person who painted this, so it's looking really phenomenal. I'm assuming this is the wheels going on it, and yeah, the wings to this one are basically done. They're going over to fabric pretty much as we speak. And then 410's got its Titan on it already. And this, you know, there's a lot of unique paint schemes that we get. One thing I never would have thought of would be blue and orange making sense. But honestly, this airplane is changing how I view colors on airplanes. It's just really a cool, I don't know who came up with this. I'm gonna have to ask Heath where this came from. It was probably Raquel, I assume, and that's his wife. And it looks like this is probably the wheels that are going on it. And then we still have Mr. Cato's Nomad here. These are actually MOACs. So a MOAC and a MOAC, Nomad. And this is a Nomad. So if you watch the channel long enough, you know that this is the wings I built basically on the channel. It's got its Rotax 916, and this thing will be ready soon. I don't know if it's going to be at Sun and Fun or not, or at Oshkosh or not, but it's getting there. So hopefully it is. Tracy, are you ready, buddy?
I am.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you remember, if you watched, well, any of the videos really, you know Red One is always around, and unfortunately, it hasn't been to your home yet, right? No. So this thing's been here ever since. Why is that? You want to tell everybody why that is?
Well, we are now taking the plane. I was going to come last week and take the plane home, and now we're going to Oshkosh with it on the 18th.
Okay. And so you have how many hours in this thing now? Because I know we had to have put, what, 20 some odd just going to Sun and Fun.
Yeah, I think there's about 40 hours, 39 hours on the plane, so I probably have close to 20 hours on that now.
All right. Well, this will be a first impression. I don't think we've actually really talked about this since you've had it, right?
Nope.
So what's your thoughts about your new aircraft, your Nomad?
Well,
and what's it like having one of like 8 planes flying?
I would say it's probably one of the best things I've ever bought or built or anything like that. It's just a lot of fun. It's more than I expected, for sure, and it's a handful. It's a unbelievable performing airplane, and the fact that we have like the opportunity to go from the old style PA-18 to the new planes that we have today is just night and day difference.
Yeah.
The whole experience has just been phenomenal. All the people, I just met a whole bunch of new people this week building new planes. And so I've been doing this for, I think this is my 9th week down here. Obviously not building anything now, just come down here to have fun and fly. You
said it's like it's different, obviously. Can you explain the difference in flying the Nomad into flying what you've flown in the past?
Yeah, the big difference is that Rotax motor, and the fact that the motor is so sensitive. It's hard to describe. I was talking to you earlier about it. It's really hard to explain the experience in it, but it is way better than I would have ever imagined. The power that it has, that new prop when we went to the 82-inch prop from the 76 even was a huge difference. And it's on the other side too, as far as slowing down. The prop is, well, I don't know what to say, but the prop is phenomenal. But the plane is just smoother, it's lighter, it's everything about it. The power is unbelievable. I've been flying this week. I got probably 10, 12 hours in this week, and I just filled it up yesterday for the first time. It's burning about, where I'm flying it's about burning about 6 gallons an hour.
Yeah. And I know we were burning like 6.2 going to Sun and Fun when me and Danny were in it. And I was actually, guys, I was telling him that, and this goes for all Nomads, but honestly, flying in his plane kind of ruined, and flying in realistically any of our planes, but the trip I did to Sun and Fun in your plane, it ruined other planes for me. How do you feel about that? Because now...
Well, I'm glad you had a great time in it, and I will say that I am the same way. I don't want to fly any of the other ones anymore because of the ease of flying this. I got a really good instructor in Danny Goggins, and he's made the transition really easy and showed me what this plane is really capable of. And originally I was going to buy the MOAC and build a MOAC, and Darren talked me into this, and it was the best decision that I could have ever made as far as switching from the MOAC for me, for my mission and what we want to do.
Yeah.
And it's just, everything about it's been phenomenal. I mean, the experience down here is second to none. They're like a new family for me, and I'm sure a lot of these people I'll have as friends for life. And the other side of it is, it's just fun to come down here. I guess a lot of people don't have the time. I'm retired now, so it makes it a lot easier for me to come down here. But I mean, if I could have spent more time building my plane, I would have.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you we would have kicked you out of here long before then. No, I'm just kidding. Just so you guys know, no one harasses me more than Tracy does. So let's take a look at this thing, though. This is beautiful, and I know some people this might be their first video, you know. And hey, remind everybody why it's called Red One.
Well, my wife, John, behind the camera here, asked me what the name of my plane was, and I didn't really care if I had a name or not. So I went home a few months ago and asked my wife. I said, you know, John really wants me to name my plane. And immediately she said, Red One. I love red. I've got other things that, different vehicles and whatever that are red, and I just love red. And she said, it's got to be Red One. And we had watched that movie over the winter months with The Rock in it, and it was called Red One. And she's like, it's a perfect name for that, and that was it.
That's awesome. That's great. And so essentially what he's saying is I forced him into nicknaming it, but I'm going to show you guys here. If I can extend the stick out, you can, I bet that sees it. You can only really see the logo from inside the plane, which is kind of a cool touch. And let me show you guys the inside. This airplane is just beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see in there, but this airplane is, like I said in there, I'm building a plane myself, and I don't know how Tracy feels about it, but I'm stealing your paint design from my airplane, minus the gray. I just like the red and the black. I like your airplane, but I'm gonna do, are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna call it red too?
Anything you want, John.
Okay, awesome.
You've been nothing but helpful.
Yeah, is that what I've been? Awesome. So is there anything, like, what's your favorite thing about this thing other than just the fact it's a helicopter and it's powerful?
I would say my favorite thing about it is it does everything that I need it to do, okay? And it's not for, I get it, everybody's had a different mission, but for what I'm doing and to be able to take it and fly it across country, as well as just, you know, go land in these short little strips everywhere, or I'm hoping to get good enough with this thing to land on sandbars and things like that. But like I said, this is newer to me compared to a lot of guys that have hundreds of hours or thousands of hours doing this. So in this plane here, it just, everything is much easier about it. I don't have one bad thing to say about it, and every time I get out of it, I get a smile on my face. It's just awesome plane.
Absolutely. And I can tell you guys, actually we both can tell you guys, because we spent, I think on the way back we spent like 11 hours in these planes. And there's actually, it's odd because I was only feeling bad because at Sun and Fun there's nothing but junk food and we ate like truckers, but it was so comfortable being in these planes, you know, that you don't notice that you flew 11 hours, you know?
Yeah, I'd say the only thing for me, because I'm a lot older than you, but the only thing for me was my super comfortable, my back, everything, but your knees after 11 hours, and we didn't even stop for lunch. We stopped for fuel only, grabbed some crackers like John was saying, and that's all we ate for 11 hours, and it was just fine.
Yeah, if anybody knows Darren personally, he was just walking around here, you know, he's the owner. He kind of likes a fast pace. I think that's probably an understatement, right?
He does. He had that MOAC that he was flying absolutely pinned.
Yeah, we were pinned, and that one had slats on it, so we were able in the Nomads to keep up pretty good. Let's talk about the prop. I know you had said something right now about the prop, and you kind of made a comment that I want to elaborate on, because you were saying how the prop kind of makes it easier with your controlling the power and stuff. Will you talk about that a little bit?
So it's a constant speed. Cato made this prop just for this engine for the 916 Rotax, and so he had a smaller one, a 76. This is an 82 now, and they've redone the blades. It's quite wide here, and this little scoop on the end here, I guess, grabs more clean air, but it's night and day difference. And it's on deceleration too. It's almost like an air brake. When you let off the throttle, boy, you can really sink in a hurry if you need to, or not even have to slip the plane, but literally just sink from the amount of force that you're getting out of that prop when you slow it down.
Yeah, for people who know, it's almost like having beta in a turboprop. When you pull it back to the idle position, the prop will literally just be like beta, like reverse, and the Cato does that. You know, when you're on final and you pull that back, you're like, whoa, that's cool. And then you literally, the throttle is so sensitive and it pushes you forward. It's really an awesome to have that control over so much power, because we're talking 160 horse, but turbocharged.
Right.
So I mean, realistically, that probably equates to 180, 190 horse.
Yeah, I think Craig said it's like something north of 180 with that prop on there is what the equivalent would be.
I would say that's a safe bet, considering we were outrunning 180 horse airplanes with your plane. Yeah, so awesome. And then you got, how are you enjoying the big tires?
I love them. I mean,
yeah. What size did you go with on this?
These are the 35s.
35s.
And they're actually about, right now with the air we have in them, they're actually about 36 and a half tall.
Yeah.
What they measure. But yeah, it's a handful. It's great in the grass on a, you know, the hard strip. For me, learning this now, they grab a lot more, so you have to come in and, you know, a little bit more precision, I should say. And, but it's just, I have nothing bad to say, and that's unusual for me. About this plane. Everything about it has been fantastic. The way it flies, I mean, my expectations by far got met way beyond what I ever thought what was possible with one of these planes.
Yep, I mean, agree.
Both in speed, you get the speed at the altitude, you get the power of the takeoff, and then you get, you know, with that prop on there. Like I said, one of my favorite parts of it is coming in for landing, and when you come in and pull that prop back, man, it just slows you down.
Yep,
it's crazy.
It's awesome.
They've really got this thing dialed in.
And guys, would you believe in this airplane? When we were flying to Sun and Fun, we were truing out at 110, 111 with these 35s on this airplane. That's phenomenal. I mean, I thought they were going to be air brakes out there, but it turns out they're nothing compared to this engine.
I mean, most of the time on the way home, we flew at right around 1,200 to 1,500 feet. And, we're not even at high altitude. So at higher altitude, I'm sure we're going to hit even better numbers.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be crazy. How are you liking your tail wheel?
I love the baby bush.
The baby bush?
We changed the setting on it yesterday, and I've been playing with that a little bit, so we haven't gotten any of the tail wobble like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And so we've changed that a little bit and just playing with it, so it's in the first setting now, and I'm going to try it in the last setting as well and just see which one we like better.
Okay, so in ending with this, I know you're taking us to Oshkosh. The rumor is you wanted to find as many people to come touch your airplane at Oshkosh as we physically could. This is a call to action, right?
This is a call to action.
So guys, if you see this plane at Oshkosh, come and touch it.
Don't come and touch
Don't come and touch it.
We had a great time at Sun and Fun. I had the plane at Sun and Fun. John had it on some of the videos, and so I will say this: please be respectful for everybody else's planes. Okay?
Yes.
Don't come in pinching the material and trying to put a hole in it and stuff like that. And just enjoy it. And if you want to, see inside or whatever, get one of the guys to talk to you about it and show you what's inside.
Yeah, and you'll have myself, Tracy, Darren, and even Justice, my son. There will be a group of people there. If you want to see it, please don't just run up to it. And if you couldn't tell yet, I was being completely sarcastic. Do not run up to this plane or any airplane at Oshkosh and just grab it, because that actually, here, hold on, hold this.
Okay.
And come over here.
Okay.
Let me show you guys what we had at Sun and Fun. A kid hanging from the flap, literally with his feet in the air. Please don't do that. Don't allow your kids to do that. So, yeah, it blew my mind. At Sun and Fun, literally, there was a kid, or actually it was in Louisiana, literally hanging from the flap of not this airplane, but one of the other ones we took. So don't do that, right?
Right.
Okay.
Just be
awesome.
Respectful and enjoy them. They're awesome planes, and they're there for you guys to see, and hopefully strike somebody's interest to get one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Go back to whatever it is you were doing.
Trying to get my camera set.
Trying to get his camera set up. Yep. And that being said, he uses the Insta360 kind of like we have here. I use the X5 here in the factory, and he has the X5. And what other one do you have? Oh yeah, he's got this whole setup on his. So for the sake of the fact that these are really quality cameras, if you're interested in a camera, reach out to Insta360. And you have like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, there's let's see, there's the, I don't know what they call it, the X5.
Yeah, X5.
Yep. And then you can zoom in here. So we
Yeah.
have one over the shoulder,
Oh yeah, we got this one here.
and then we have one looking at my face,
Oh yeah,
the pilot, and then we have one which I don't have right now
on
the
that
other
wing.
side. Yeah.
So yeah, you've got 4 just stock.
Yeah. I actually
Awesome.
have 5, so I'm going to put one for the facing the passenger here today.
Yeah.
So that when the passenger's back, we can get their reaction as well.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing before I end with you. You have oxygen, and you just told me you're using it the other day. Is that if someone's buying this, do you think that's a go-to now?
Well, for me, being in my 60s now, I would say not for everybody, because it does add some weight. But I would say this: if you have to go high altitude, like I have to sometimes to fly into Colorado, I go over the passes over 12,000. So for me, it's night and day. But when we talk to the guy at Sun and Fun that produces this product, he's like, use it as much as you can. So I tried it down here the other day, and it's night and day. It really gives your senses a little bit more, you're a little sharper, everything about it, and they want you to run it as much as possible. So I have the generator with the backup bottle, and so it's a matter of hitting the switch, and there's a little piece that you put on your headset, and that's it. And it does have a monitor in the dash as well, so it's monitoring your heart rate and your oxygen level. It's got a CO2 in it as well, indicator in it. So I think for my mission, it's an awesome thing to have.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Yeah, because we got asked about that a lot at Sun and Fun, because people don't normally see that. So, right. Okay, cool. And you're even suggesting at low altitude. This is the first for me.
Yeah, the owner of the company suggested that use it as much as you can, and we tried it. It was 94 the other day when we were out here flying. I don't know what the heat index was, but pretty hot, and we're flying low. And I was just doing practice takeoff and landings, and it's night and day difference. It really does. I think it produces, don't quote me, but I think it produces like 96 or 98% pure oxygen. So it really does enhance, and it's a pulse system, so it's not doesn't inhibit anything that you're doing for flying. It just works really good. All
right, one last question. What was your ground roll at 94 degrees or whatever with 2 guys?
I think the shortest one we do is probably about 65 feet.
Holy jeez, that's too larger than average. No, you're not larger than average. 2 big guys, right? Because Danny's 200, you're probably the same zone, or 190 or something. 180, and not a day over 59, I would have assumed, for the record. Anyways, 65 feet, and that was full of fuel, or that before that was full of fuel?
Just filled it up.
Amazing. This is the Nomad / helicopter. So you have to get a helicopter waiting to fly your plane, you know?
Well, you could pretty much take it anywhere as long as you have a couple hundred feet to take off, and I think probably our best takeoff with Danny and I is probably somewhere around that 50-foot range.
Yeah.
So.
My favorite question at Son of Fun was, hey, I have the one guy said I have an 800-foot strip. Do you think I'd be okay? I'm like, you could do 7 or 8 landings in your takeoffs in your.
I think that one here, I've never gone more than a third of it ever.
Yeah.
Even practicing, and I think this is 900 feet before you hit the trees. So,
yeah, it's crazy. The power, the
yeah.
turbo Rotax is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
power.
Danny and I were flying it 2 days ago, and with both of us in there, we were climbing it. We went up to a fairly steep climb, and we were getting right around 1,650 to 1,680 feet a minute.
That's crazy.
So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's summertime.
And it's summertime.
All right, thanks, Tracy. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, now we're gonna run over, just for a second, over to the paint booth where my son just got done painting an airplane. That is a service paint job, and I wanted to show you guys how beautiful that turned out. And also, I'm doing this so that you guys remember that we actually do paint planes that aren't ours and do service. So let's go over there and check it out. And I'm one-wheeling over there if you haven't figured that out yet. I'm just learning, so you could catch a crash on video here. It's always the stopping that's the hardest. Anyways, I flew by like a bald eagle. And as you guys can see, we also paint aircraft that aren't ours. Look at how great this turned out. And I'm not just showing you guys this because it happens to be my son, who is very dirty, who did it. But again, it's to show you guys that we do this. So if you want to get your airplane painted or service worked on or anything like that, we're a one-stop shop. We're not just the America's #1 Cub builder. We're also a service shop. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, comment, do all that stuff, and I appreciate it. And we're just here getting ready for Oshkosh, so we'll see you guys next week's video, and hopefully we'll have the Alaskan Airmen Association airplane flying by then, and we'll have some footage of that. So see you on the next one.